Good morning and welcome to the STA Swim Expo pool reopening party. Thank you so much to Dave, to Zoe and to Rav for inviting LeisureNet Solutions to present some information on the Net Promoter Score to all of you STA members. I hope you're all having a good day and looking forward to what was a very good event last couple of Fridays ago, and I'm sure you'll get just as much value from this Friday's activity. So what I wanted to talk to you about was my business, LeisureNet Solutions, and also the offer that we've got for STA swim scheme members. So what I wanted to talk to you about in the first instance is about LeisureNet itself. So LeisureNet is a business that's been established for over 20 years now, and we're an insight company. So what we do is help organisations to understand their customer better. So we have a number of platforms that help you with that. So things like Feedback Focus, which is a customer comment form. We also have Sales Focus and Swim Focus, which is a way of generating inquiries and managing inquiries for new members and new people who want to learn to swim. Recovery Focus is a membership retention tool, so it's helping team members to keep customers when they try to cancel. And then the product that I wanted to talk to you about today, which is called the Net Promoter Score. But before we talk about the Net Promoter Score, I suppose some of you may have heard about us through the Return to Swimming Lesson survey that we did recently, where we got 47,000 customers, swimming lesson customers, parents and carers, to tell us about their views and their feelings around returning to swimming lessons post-COVID. And one of those areas of work that we found absolutely fascinating was we had a look at sentiment. And you can see here a survey tool that we use that talks about sentiment. And it's really interesting around hygiene and safety and social distancing. So if you haven't had a chance to have a look at the survey report, we'd be more than happy to share that with you. But those people that did take part in that survey will have used our platform, which is where NPS sits. So NPS is a really interesting question. We believe it's a really powerful indicator of how your customer views your business and whether actually they're satisfied or they're loyal to the service that you offer. So it's really important to understand where your customer is and what they feel about you. And lots of organisations use the Net Promoter Score as a tool to really understand their customers' view and feelings. So there you can see Amazon has a 69% score. We have Apple, which is 76%, First Direct Bank 42%. And last year we surveyed about 45,000 people in the public leisure sector, and the score was 38%. And I'm going to explain to you how that score works and actually the things that are more important than just the score. So Net Promoter Score is a simple, quick question. It's one question, but it really gets to the heart and head, the decision from a customer's point of view. You can track that customer score over a period of time, so you can see whether the things that you're doing is making an improvement or if it's made something worse. It really helps you to understand when you make a change, has that change really affected the customer experience that we want to offer to our swim school customers and members. So the question is very, very simple. On a scale of 0 to 10, 10 being most likely, how likely are you to recommend Little Flipper Swim School to a friend, colleague or family member? It can be distributed in a couple of ways. The first one is called a relationship. So effectively you could talk to your swim scheme members every 2 months, every 3 months, and just get the score, find out whether or not people are feeling good about what you do or are a bit disappointed with what you're doing. And it gives you that moment in time so that you can compare it with the last moment in time that you did it. You can also do it in a transactions format, and transaction is after somebody's done their first lesson, or maybe they've had a taster lesson, or they've just been awarded a badge of 100 meters or something like that. And it allows you to judge that moment in time after they've had a transaction with you. And they're scoring the transaction rather than the relationship with you. And you can do it in a number of different ways. It's very simple. You just basically copy a hyperlink, put that into an email or an SMS and send it to your customer base to see what they're thinking and feeling. Our system is called a closed loop system. And closed loop means effectively that we follow up when the customer gives us a score. So it's not just about the score that they give you, it's also about why they gave you that score and if there's anything you could do differently. So effectively, if customer scores you 0 to 6, basically our system will say, okay, sorry, what did we do wrong? So you get some feedback, some information from your customer as to why they're not feeling too happy with you. So they've given you a 0 to 6. If a customer scores you a 7 or 8, the system basically says, thank you very much, that's a good score, but what would it take to get you to a 9 or a 10? And that's really important because, of course, dealing with things when they go wrong makes a difference. But really truly understanding what would get people to score you as a 9 or a 10 is really important to your business, to the referral rates that you're likely to get, and to people's longevity within your business. So finding out what would get them to a 9 or a 10 means that you've got some improvement actions. If a customer scores you a 9 or a 10, the system basically says, that's a really good score, thank you. Here's a referral voucher to give to a friend or a relative to say, you know, this place is really good, it's somewhere you used to try, and actually, because I've referred you, you get a discount or something like that. The referral voucher is up to you what you're prepared to offer. Could be a piece of equipment, for example. So you might go on for the rest of the day and see some of the equipment suppliers, some of the flotation devices or the towels and those types of things. And you maybe could offer something like that as a referral gift, effectively. Now, Net Promoter Score is scored to make it actually very difficult for you to get a very high score, because the scoring zone goes from 100 to -100. Because effectively, if everybody that scores you at 6 or below, your score will be a -100%. So what you do to get your score, and our system automatically works it out for you and shows you what the last score was, you look at the percentage of the promoters, the people that gave you a 9 or a 10, and you take that away from the people who gave you a 0 to 6, your detractors, and that's how your Net Promoter Score comes about. So why is it important? Well, 9s and 10s, they're loyal enthusiasts. They're going to stay longer, they're going to spend more, they're going to refer you, they're going to tell people about you, which is really important to your business because it's so cheap from an advertising point of view. People who give you 7 or 8s, they're a satisfied customer. They're relatively happy with the experience that you're providing, and probably will use you on a regular basis because nothing's gone wrong. But if something does go wrong, then they're more likely to complain, they're more likely to leave. And then you have detractors who are unhappy with the service and the experience that you're giving them. They're scoring you a 0 to 6, but the challenge is there isn't anywhere else where they can go. There's either big waiting lists, or they don't live in an area where there's other providers that can provide you with a pool, etc. And these people are really quite dangerous to your business because they will talk negatively. So if you've done a survey, at least you know who they are, and you can start addressing their complaints and their issues and what you can do about it. So what we want to do is offer an opportunity to benchmark, to learn. So we're going to offer a STA, an anonymous benchmarking tool that identifies to us who's doing really well so that they can share that good practice with other people. And in order to try and get you involved, and we recognise that this is a really difficult time for swim schools, we've reduced our prices considerably. So we've made an offer to STA customers to make it £10 per month per site. It would normally be £30 per month per site, and that would be for a 12-month contract. So what you get for that is access to the platform. You'd see your customer scores, you'd see their feedback, you'd be able to send them referral recommendations, which will help you generate new customers and new members. And the STA will get a regional and a local benchmark score, so we can see where people are doing really, really well. If you want to get in contact with us, those are our contact details. The website is the first one. My email address is the second one. Please just drop me a line. And then we are all over social media, so you'll find us on Twitter, on LinkedIn, on Facebook as well, and of course that's my mobile number if anybody wants any further information. Need to say thank you again to the STA. I think the fact that they're looking after their operators, you, the swim scheme people, us, the suppliers, the people that are trying to help you, do a really good job. STA have to be praised for this expo and for this reopening party. So thank you so much for your time. It's been great talking to you, and I'm sure we'll all meet again.